Hey, Wizards! Guess back here, and Ashhammer and I'm back from defeating Malastare, and we are getting ready to talk to Merle Ambrose. But before, guys, I wanted to show you this, because I've never gotten something this cool. Well, I guess I have. I've just never gotten a weapon from the Malastare fight, and this weapon, sure, Blaze. And this weapon right here, why is 160 trying to friend me? Anyways, and this weapon right here that we just got, this Avalanche's legendary cutlass, is so cool. This is the best weapon I've seen. And I guess I should have ground Malastare more, because that's a pretty nice weapon. Look at that. For a level 50 weapon, that's super awesome. That's better than, well, I mean, if I was a myth guy, that's better than the broadsword, and it's better than the Skyrim Hasta. And as I recall, I think I took the Skyrim Hasta really, really far. I don't think I ended up trading the Skyrim Hasta out for a long time, as I recall. So apparently there's some good weapons that you can go ahead and grind for. So I think that's pretty cool. Never thought of it. Anyway, sorry, I just thought that was really interesting. Right now, we're going to get after it. I'm probably going to hang that weapon up, or I don't know. I don't think I can give it away to anybody. I've already got a myth guy that's way past that weapon, so I guess we'll just hang it up in our trophy room. But let's talk to Merle Ambrose.
Bravo, bravo, young wizard. Because you stopped Malastare, you've saved every world upon the spiral.
The headmaster looks at you with a twinkle in his eyes.
I remember when you first enrolled at Ravenwood. I thought I saw something special in you.
I apologize for the actions of my brother Malastare. With your help, I have released Sylvia's spirit and have done my best to set things right. And I admit that I should have trusted your instincts about the young wizard, Ambrose. Though off to a rough start, the wizard has become a truly remarkable student.
Ah, indeed. Now, how about heading back to our classes? I'm certain we can all use a break from adventure.
And just like that...
News. Oh, exciting news indeed. Professor Baelstrom's efforts to enter the door to Celestia have met with success. Baelstrom has repaired Celestia's spiral key. Now we can go to that strange, star-lost world and learn of its fate. Here you go. For obvious reasons, you have more than earned this.
Headmaster Ambrose hands you a spiral key carved with astronomic symbols.
Oh, yes. There's a distress call from the Spiral Geographic Society trapped on Celestia. Do see if you can help them out.
Now, I remember way back in the day when they first introduced Celestia, there was this big quest, and there's this tower you had to go through and everything. And they just didn't just hand you a key like this. It used to be a little bit bigger of a deal, but hey, things change, right?
Young wizard, come and see me at once. I've important news for you about Celestia. Have you gone through the spiral door?
Okay, I'll go through the spiral door at Celestia. Okay, guys, I guess we're going to go to Celestia first. Now, there's also, I got to finish out, I don't think I'm high enough level, though, because there's the last few quests that we have in, over in, the bear place. The name's escaping me. Grizzleheim, yes. I got some quests left in Grizzleheim, but they haven't called me back for them, and I think I have to be higher level than level 44 to do the Grizzleheim quests. And I think I have to, I think we could go do Wisteria, but I'm not going to focus a lot on Wisteria or Grizzleheim for right now. In fact, let's just head over to Celestia, because what a great way to start this episode by heading into Celestia. Oh man, look at this place. Isn't this grand? Like, check it out. First thing you see when you come in. Okay, hey, there's Edith. Let's see if she is one of the missing members of the society.
Oh, hello there. Did you get our distress call? Our leader is Sir Thurston Plunkett, but he's disappeared. He went missing even before the crustaceans attacked. We found this place the long way, by sailing our airship across the spiral in an attempt to reach ancient lost Celestia. Our airship is on the surface, and we've been building air-filled domes so we can explore the sunken ruins. Plunkett believes that if we restore the Grand Astrolabe, we can learn the Celestian schools of magic, stars, moon, and sun. The missing artifacts that power it are stored in the 3 astral galleries: the Stellarium, Lunarium, and Solarium. We had almost deciphered the inscriptions on the major portal when the crustaceans attacked. The ways into each of those places, though, are through the gateway portals, and the portal stones were broken apart and taken. If you're here to help us, you should really go speak to Dalton Prescott in the promenade. He'll know what needs doing. The promenade is connected via one of the access tunnels leading to the survey camp. Dalton should be easy to spot. Prescott is the acting lead of the expedition until we get Sir Plunkett back. Be careful. There are strange things afoot in this place.
And just like that, we are thrown into Celestia. Wow, wow, wow. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, first off, let's go ahead and do a little bit of adjusting to our deck, okay? We need this deck to be smooth. We need it to work fast, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to thin it out. Oh, yeah, we're going to thin it out heavily. And we're going to augment it with some treasure cards, yep. One of the good things is I do got a whole bunch of Tempest, so we're going to have Tempest ready to cast at a moment's blink. It would be great to have a Stormblade, but we got one. It's not that big of a deal. Now, I'm pretty excited because there's going to be some opportunities for us here. So, yeah, okay. So let's get going and let's go find Plunkett. And there's, it's pretty cool because there's lots of opportunities to get extra training points too. Here, spell training points too. So we're going to be hitting that stuff here pretty quick. There we go, Dalton Prescott. Let's talk to him.
I don't remember you among the crew roster. How did you get here? So much has gone wrong since we arrived. We no sooner made base camp when we met with technical difficulties, likely sabotage. Following that were thefts of equipment and stores. Then we lost members of our expedition, including our leader, to strange disappearances. The most recent calamity was an assault by some of the indigenous species that have inhabited these ruins. It would be a great help if you could find the survivors of the attack. I've taken a role, and Edgar Ableton, Mackenzie Trowell, and Peter Cheswick are still missing. Let them know the attack is over and they can come back.
Well, let's find out. Now, the reason I went ahead and threw Tempest in is in case I'm having to fight fire guys like the crustacean pincers. Those guys will hit hard too, so we've got to be on our ball, because I remember this being a pretty rough start, especially at a level 44.
Yikes! Please, don't hurt me. Oh, you don't look like one of those who attacked our camp. It's safe to go back, right? Very well, then.
There's one. Let's go find ourselves a couple other ones. Oh, now I'll be honest with you. The two worlds I like the least, first off, happen to be Dragonspire, and it's really because it's just the colors are so dull. I mean, it's cool looking and everything, but they're kind of dull. There is Edgar.
Is it safe to go back to the promenade yet? I've been hiding here for a while now and am a bit cold and hungry.
Very good. And because of that same color issue, as cool as parts of Celestia are, Celestia kind of feels the same way to me. Yeah, I hate to say that, because of the color palette and everything, and just the way everything turned out to be. I mean, it's a great world and everything. The storyline's pretty awesome, and I love the whole explorer type thing that they've got going on. But I'll be honest with you, especially underwater and everything, and the ruins, they're all very muted, all very, I just don't like the colors. Yeah, I think that's what it is. I just don't like the colors.
Oh my goodness. Rescue at last. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
In fact, my favorite part of Celestia is the floating land when we go up there on the island. Yeah, that's my favorite part of Celestia. I mean, it's okay, but otherwise it just looks very similar all over the place. Kind of like Dragonspire does. And even though you get cool things like this is just cool, these different setups and everything, it's not one of my favorite worlds. I'll give it that. It's a cool world, but not one of my favorites. Okay, Dalton, let's talk.
Wonderful work. We're explorers, not adventurers, and the attack caught us off guard. It stands to reason you came here answering the distress call from Sir Thurston Plunkett, yes? I'm afraid that Plunkett disappeared a while ago, just after we began to explore the ruined domes of Celestia. He left his notes with us, but they seem to have gone missing in the recent attack. Can you take a look-see and gather the missing journal pages?
Yeah, let's go do some journal pages. Oh, also, guys, I was also suggested to throw this on life, and then we can go ahead and add a few more life spells, and maybe even train a few life spells. And then, because we have the amulet, it makes it really easy to help ourselves out. Thanks a lot for the tip. I think that tip was from Wizard, or should we say, oh, that tip had to be from, yeah, Z-Pick. Thank you so much, Z-Pick. I just never thought of that. By the way, guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please give a thought to help us out here on the channel. Give us a little bit of subscription there. It would be pretty awesome if you could. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much. Like Z-Pick, I believe he's a subscriber. You guys are absolutely awesome. Your support for the channel has been fantastic, and boy, it just keeps growing, and it's all because of you guys. Thank you so much. By the way, hitting that like button and commenting like Z-Pick did help a ton. So just know it. You know, I read every comment. I do respond to all of them. I love doing shout outs to comments of the week. And Z-Pick, that was a comment of between episodes that I thought was pretty awesome. Great comment, great strategy that I had not thought of running. So running your deck as life, and then, well, especially with the spells that I'm running with right now, since I have the amulet and since I'm already a fire guy, I can go ahead and, you know, almost run it like a three spell power deck. Pretty interesting. Yeah, I knew there were people that had figured this out. Okay, here we go. Let's talk to Dalton.
Much obliged. You hold on to those pages in the event you find Plunkett. I've some bad news. Well, more of a spot of bother, really, but it needs to be addressed. The crustaceans broke the dome, and I'm struggling to find a means of repairing it. We kept a supply of sealant on hand, but they seem to have taken it. Can you go and see if you can recover the bottles of sealant from the crustacean pincers who took them from us? 4 bottles will do it, I should think.
Let's go do it. 4 bottles of sealant. It's been a while since I've done these quests. I knew that there was one of these where we had to do some defeat and collects. So I just can't remember what it was. Okay, so we got some crustacean pincers. Now, as I recall, these guys hit pretty hard. So having a heal is, I think, pretty valuable. So we're going to test this. I think it works just fine since we're fire. Okay, so Arch Mastery. We've been not using it as smart as we could. So basically, the Arch Mastery pips, no matter what, they still work as power pips for your home school. And since we have the Mastery Amulet, that also works for Storm. So basically, as long as it's a power pip, it doesn't matter what school it is. It works for both Fire and Storm. That's real important. So even if it's a life power mastery pip, we can still use it for these other things. Now, where that really comes in handy, though, and you got to be careful, is there's a lot of other spells out there that it doesn't work that way with. Does that make sense? Yeah. Like, for instance, there's like if I was using Krampus. Yeah, Krampus is a crafted spell. Okay, so let's say I went ahead and craft Krampus, which I wouldn't be able to do until much later in the game because of the particular recipe that Krampus has. But let's say I was to craft Krampus. Then I need a fire pip spell to be able to craft it. So that's when I would have to actually run specifically a fire pip deck. Does that make sense? As if I was hitting Krampus. Now let's just go ahead and take these guys out with some Tempest action here. I think this should do the trick. Would you see how hard they're hitting me? Jeez. But an unintended consequence of running a deck, as C-Pick was saying, ouch, I better not fizz, is if I go ahead and see, this is the advantage of having like some spell cards, and I got plenty of the Storm spell cards, and I'll tell you why I do. Actually, I don't know why I do. I got them from somewhere. There's dual school advantage right there as we speak. Okay, whew. We need to heal up after that one. Yeah, see, that's where Celestia gets a little bit different, is how hard they hit you. You know, I remember when I first came to Celestia with my first myth character, and this was the month that they dropped Celestia. Oh yeah, and I remember being down here with my myth, and it was like, oh my goodness, this is hard. These guys hit a lot harder, and it was a different game. Oh yeah, you know, like whenever it's funny, whenever they bring out a new school, it's a new world. It's always tougher than you think. I don't know why. It always just ends up being tougher than you think. And it was a challenge. Yep. Heck, it was a pretty big challenge. And I remember, you know, with my myth guy and working through it, and it was hard. It was hard. And I played that character with some friends, so we teamed up a lot, and that made it easier. But just fighting some of these solo fights, because of how hard they would hit you, whew, yeah, it was a totally different experience. So what does that mean? That means I gotta keep keeping a set of Tempest treasure cards is probably a really smart thing. There we go. Awesome pet doing this job. Yeah, very good. So far so good. Everything looks like it's going well. And you know what? I'm so excited to be in Celestia. It's exciting playing this wizard. Much more different pace. Do you think I can do it right now? Let's add this in. Yeah, like, you know, when you get Stormzilla once or twice or 3 times, kind of ruins your day. Or should I say Firezilla? Yeah, look at that, 873? That's absolutely brutal. Man, that is one awesome pet today. I wish you could get him to do that in every fight. Wouldn't it be great? Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's just Tempest them and be done with it. With these firefights, this will just make it a little bit quicker. There you go. And yet another way you can customize a dual deck for mob grinding. And I got some fairies in there. Now, a really great spell to learn is what do you call that guy? Satyr. Yeah. So I think that might be something we need to learn to add into our bag of tricks, because one of the big weaknesses that an all damage wizard has, it's being able to heal themselves when necessary. We're going to think about that some.
Not to put too much pressure on you, but we're losing pressure. Oh, smashing! You've got the sealant. Now go to the cracks in the dome and apply it just so.
Okay, let's go seal the doom. Okay, there's one right here. Yeah, we're just going to have to follow the arrow, because I forget where they all are. They're a little bit all over the place. Zoom. But once you see them, you'll know what we're looking for. Yeah, something like that. Uh-huh. Okay. Let's go ahead and get another one. Ooh, I love it when an adventure starts off fun like this. Let's zip down. And I think... there we go, number 3, and all the way down here again. No worries, no worries. But yeah, absolutely. So I'm kind of excited. We're going to be playing around with the deck a little bit more for, oh, we still got one more leak. I thought we got them all. My bad. Okay. I know the other one's over this way. So let's go ahead and knock out that leak. Now, crafting our new gear. Yes, that is something to talk about. But crafting is going to take... we're not going to be crafting any new gear for a while. One, we can't even get to our new crafting quests until we get up to the floating land, because that's where we'll get our new crafting quests. So it's going to be a while till we get up there. Then finding all the craftable gear recipes will be the next challenge. So as we come across that, I'll let you guys know.
Spot on! I knew you could do it! I've taken a roll call and it came up short. Some of my fellow researchers are still among the missing. We've searched the entirety of the promenade and found no trace of them. As we say in the explorer business, it's hat and whip time. Could you search the pinnacles for clues to their whereabouts?
Sure would. Ooh, love getting things like diamonds for my reagents, because those are kind of hard to find. Okay, we have to find some clues, so let's go ahead and do some clue searching. Okay. Very nice. I love the automatons they're wandering around, yeah. Ooh, maybe there's some clues down this way. Ah, here we go, the promenade. Oh yeah, I remember, there's 3 clues. Ah, I totally forgot this quest. Now I remember what this quest is. So there's like 1 clue down here.
You find a golden pocket watch. It looks strangely familiar. Have you seen this before?
I don't know. Is that another clue?
You find a tiny piece of rubble with a stone carving on it, part of a larger stone building.
Okay, now we have to...
You find a small piece of shell that looks like it came from a crab.
Were all of them always down here? I could have sworn the clues were much farther away than that. I could have sworn we used to have to run all over the place looking for the clues. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, that's... my memory's just terrible, but I could have sworn we had to work for it a little bit more last time I did this quest. I mean, I could be wrong, but... oh, well. It's okay. I'm all good with finding clues quickly. Okay, let's go talk to Mr. Prescott. Dalton Prescott.
I'm no Sherlock Bones, but by the look of things, this is some incontrovertible evidence. 1, 2, 3. 1. That piece of shell belongs to a crustacean. 2. That watch belongs to Barclay O'Brien, one of our expedition. He was so proud of that watch. He mail-ordered it from a dealer on Firecat Alley in Wizard City. Barclay wouldn't part with it for anything. And 3. That piece of stone looks like it has the same pattern as the 2 big stone towers at the center of the pinnacles. It looks like the crustaceans took members of our expedition and locked them into one of the pinnacle towers. I'll bet that one of the crustaceans in the area has to have a key. Go and defeat one of them and take it, then make your way into the tower.
Okay, now that sounds like a ton of fun. But unfortunately, guys, we are going to go ahead. Look at those faces up there. Isn't that awesome? Okay. But unfortunately, guys, we are going to have to call it there. So thanks for riding with us to our new adventure here in Celestia. We're going to get right after this, so stay tuned for the next episode. And I hope you guys have a great day. This is Kieran Ash Amber for the Dual School Fire and Storm walkthrough here on Wizard101. Catch you later, guys. Bye-bye.